I was amazed and quite frankly pretty alarmed last year when several headlines appeared in many different publication outlets suggesting that sugary drinks increase testicular size and testosterone levels. The New York Post published an article titled "Drinking Coke and Pepsi Leads to Larger Testicles and More Testosterone." If you guys ever think that my video titles or thumbnails are clickbaity, then I'm just going to refer you back to this headline. The Daily Mail went as far to say, and I quote, "The country's most popular drinks might refresh the parts that other drinks cannot reach by giving men bigger testicles and making men more masculine." These articles discussed a study attempting to determine the impact of carbonated beverages on fertility and reproductive organs in males. However, the study was carried out on male mice, which was stated further down the page. You know, where most people have dropped off by then because who reads articles anymore when you can watch YouTube videos? Speaking of YouTube videos, since you're here, let me introduce myself real quick. I'm Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer, a certified nutrition coach, and a chemical engineer. In my early 20s, I suffered from low testosterone levels from being fat, lazy, and overweight. And it wasn't until I went through a pretty nasty breakup in college that I finally started to get a grip on my life. So I'm here to share what I've learned along the way with other men so that they can improve their health and increase testosterone just like I did. I post videos weekly, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe so that you're not missing out. So, this research allegedly showed that adult males who drank Coca-Cola or Pepsi had higher testosterone levels and larger genitals than their peers who didn't. I mean, I never realized that lab rats had peers until I read this article, but the implication was highly suggestive that this new groundbreaking study's findings applied to humans as well. The Daily Mail headline even used the term men. I mean, if I pointed to a male mouse and said, "That man over there has a long tail," you'd look at me like I'm nuts because I'd say the term man is pretty definitive. I mean, if you think about it, those news outlets were actually pretty ignorant for collectively assuming those mice's genders. Hopefully you all detected the hint of sarcasm there. On the day this article appeared in mainstream headlines, many news outlets suggested that these results applied in particular to both mice and men. Hardly any of the articles stated up front that it was only a study on rodents and that it didn't involve any human subjects. And the few articles that did divulge this pretty important detail did so at the very end of the article. And none of them stated that the reader should not assume that the same results would apply to humans. Now, I am not insinuating that these publications were intentionally trying to mislead the public, but how many men do you think caught sight of that headline and rushed off to their local grocery store to stock up on Coca-Cola? I mean, after all, most people only ever read the article headline and then scan the first few lines and then move on. A quick Google search on terms like soda and testosterone levels would have quickly delivered several pages of evidence that show these claims are not true. Quite the contrary, most studies show that men who consume these drinks regularly have lower sperm counts and testosterone levels than men who don't drink them at all, or even just compared to men who at least moderate the intake of these drinks. It's even been shown that there is an inverse relationship between consumption of these drinks and testosterone levels. The more Coca-Cola men consume, the lower their testosterone levels drop. One study on the intake of sugary beverages that involved men aged between 20 and 39 showed that excessive consumption of these drinks led to lower total testosterone levels. Another study showed that men who consumed 442 calories of sugary drinks per day had lower testosterone levels than men who limited their intake to only 137 calories per day. Most of these drinks are bad, not just because they contain copious amounts of sugar and synthetic sweeteners, but also because they have things like colorings and preservatives added to them. And these include not just sodas like Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, but also energy drinks like Monsters, Red Bulls, and Celsius, sports drinks like Powerade and Gatorade, fruit juice concentrates, fruit punches, and canned or bottled coffee drinks. drinks. Too much soda can negatively affect testosterone levels in men because sugar consumption spikes insulin production. Medical evidence clearly shows that excessive consumption of sugary drinks and sodas can increase the risk of various medical conditions. These include, but are probably not limited to, low testosterone levels, obesity, inflammation, diabetes, gout, cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, and premature skin aging. These conditions are all known to affect hormonal regulation and endocrine function. And more often than not, sugar amounts to useless calories. Much of it gets stored as fat and leads to excessive weight gain. And this excessive weight gain often leads to abnormal functioning of the testicles and increases the production of enzymes that convert testosterone into estrogen. For those of you who care, this enzyme is called aromatase. Maybe you've heard of it before because it kind of has a notorious reputation among men for converting testosterone into estrogen. Excessive sugar consumption also increases the likelihood of developing nutritional deficiencies. Processed sugary drinks lack vitamins, minerals, and nutrients needed to regulate testosterone production effectively. So all this is to say that consuming sugary drinks like Coca-Cola or Pepsi can actually lead either directly or indirectly to decreases in testosterone. Excessive consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages also causes insulin spikes because the body must produce more insulin to manage spikes in sugar consumption. So the evidence does make it pretty apparent that sugary drinks like Coca-Cola or Pepsi do not correspond to higher testosterone levels. Even diet sodas have been shown to affect men's testosterone levels negatively. And the sad part is that many consider them to be a healthier alternative to regular soda. It may be kind of hard to believe, but regular sodas are probably less damaging than diet sodas. Now, don't take that as me recommending that you start drinking soda. I recommend that you just completely eliminate all soda out of your diet. But the main problem with diet sodas is the artificial sweeteners they contain. Aspartame has been shown to cause damage to testicular tissue, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, has a negative impact on testosterone production. One study showed that men who drank diet sodas had lower testosterone levels than men who didn't. The men who drank diet soda also had abnormally high levels of a hormone called SHBG, and this hormone binds to bioavailable testosterone and makes it unavailable for the body to use. Something important to understand about testosterone is that you could have high total testosterone levels, but if your SHBG levels are abnormally high, then you'll have lower bioavailable testosterone. And low amounts of free testosterone can actually lead to the same symptoms associated with low testosterone levels. Today, aspartame is used in the overwhelming majority of sweetened products. It's usually used in any kind of product labeled diet something or other, or low sugar, no sugar something or other. It's commonly used in diet sodas, energy drinks, sugar-free fruit juices, sugar-free sports drinks, and many low-calorie processed foods. And these food and drink items are usually assumed to be better options because they're lower in calories or sugar. Aspartame is literally everywhere, and unfortunately, it is a toxic. The World Health Organization even labeled it as a potential carcinogen, meaning it has the potential to cause cancer. Aspartame is what's known as an excitotoxin. Excitotoxins induce an enormous amount of neurotransmitter stimulation, so too many of these toxins can cause nerve cell damage or even cellular destruction. And this is not good because neurotransmitters act as messengers that influence many bodily functions. When these toxins enter the body, neurotransmitters start sending signals for the body to process and eliminate them once they've been identified. Because these toxins bind themselves to various brain receptors, this ultimately causes problems with testosterone production. Brain receptors do play an important role in releasing the appropriate hormones to kickstart the testosterone production process. Excitotoxins have also been linked to neurological disorders, and any neurological disturbances can affect your hormonal system. With more and more evidence of aspartame's influence on testosterone production, it's best to just completely eliminate it from your diet. Always check the ingredients before buying anything if you're not sure about it. If it says artificial sweetener of any kind, chances are it has aspartame in it. So avoid any foods that include the term artificial sweetener as well. It's also referred to as E951. Food manufacturers do their best not to draw too much attention to the fact that they put toxins in in these food products. So as you can tell, there's a lot of bad nutrition information out there. If you know you need to do something about your diet, but you're just not sure where to start, then head on over to the link down below in the pinned comment to learn more about my coaching program. I can help you eliminate all the bad foods in your diet and replace them with good ones that'll help you shred fat, build muscle, get stronger, and increase your testosterone levels to feel like a beast of a man. Eating, training, and living smarter is going to give you more of that masculine drive and vitality that is embedded in your DNA as a man. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, click that link below in the pinned comment and fill out the quick form there. It only takes like 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll reach out to set up a quick Zoom call so that we can chat about how I can help. So I hope to hear from you soon. But that's all for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up real quick. And again, if you're new here and you've made it this far, go ahead and subscribe and turn the notification bells on so that you're not missing out on any of my latest content. Let me know what you thought about the video down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys, and it helps me make the kind of content that you want to see when I hear from you directly. So don't be a stranger. If you made it to the end, I do appreciate the support, and I hope you got a ton out of this video too. Good luck in all your efforts to boost your testosterone levels naturally. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.